Thank you. Nice. And then you.
So this sharks the corn.
Yes, sir.
And then you open this little gate right here. It comes down to the top. And then there's a giant gear in there that shreds these tiny pieces.
Oh wow. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So in this first barn is historical farm and apple orchard equipment. And that barn there is miniature steam-powered setups and displays.
Yes, ma'am.
In front of this blue barn is the letter printing and foot-powered hand saw. And then across the street, the first building is the herb house. The next house is the Orville house. That's dedicated to like vintage washing machines and old home equipment. The log house is like pioneer times. And then usually they do the apple butter in that kind of octagon looking one.
Yes, ma'am.
And by there's usually some gentlemen with fur pelts and trapping. Making your way towards the trees, you're gonna have the Vintage Mercantile, where they have a bakery that fundraises for the local library. And then further behind the trees is the Reenactment Village, where you can find them doing all kinds of stuff. They usually set up for the whole weekend down there.
All right, I can't wait to see this.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Have a blessed day.
How you doing, Doug?
I have a clock from that. You can grab.
Do you?
And a couple of my guys just on the wall.
I eat that a lot, as I'm seeing.
Yeah,
But I
it was
don't
by
know.
the bar, I think.
But if they ever want to go there.
No, not so many. Maybe I'll trade it for my sign. I want my sign. That's what I want. Couldn't have it.
Got the windmill ready. Now I just need some wind. I don't think it's going to be a windy day, is it?
Yeah, you're going to have to really keep them out. No idea.
Meyer doesn't know what this is.
Who? Meyer?
No, my era.
Oh, your era, yes. That'll work. As long as there's something there, you know?
I just got a little bit of dust on things.
You're interrupting my sleep.
What's that, mice?
Yes.
I just had one in the end room down there. And, you know, eating my apples. Why was he surprised? Because I understand there was a red squirrel in here this morning, too. Did we run out of room or something?
No, we just want the I and
You're printing?
Oh, yeah, put it.
You're printing now? Almost.
All right, let me know. Let me know. Get some good stuff on this. Excuse me.
I paid $300. I said, you printed this.
He's thrown me under a horse a few times too. So.
Now, it's been there a while, can't you tell? I must have been in kindergarten when I printed that.
I probably printed it like the first time I was here. So, I was still getting used to like going back, make everything backwards. So probably just didn't swap that.
My wife knows, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Looks like stairs to me.
Yeah. You get the idea. That's all that matters.
Well, now we know if people are looking or not. So that's spelled wrong. You're the only one in 5 years.
I love it.
You know what a pot watcher is?
A what?
A pot watcher, you know what a pot watcher is?
I think maybe.
Oh, that's
but
nice.
Tell me what you think it is.
Thank you.
Somebody who just sits there and watches the pod.
Right. Now, you're boiling water in the stove.
Oh, just on the edge of the pot.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. My wife will like that.
When the water boils up, it touches
You
wood.
hit that, yeah.
And it breaks the tension in the water.
Nice.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Damp in here.
That's why your printer takes so many short pictures. That's why.
That's on the lowest speed that it goes. The one goes faster than that, so. There was somebody here who would like work in the print shop and print out my garden stick. And she was like, they had to go with like the fastest speed and like be able to get in and out every time. So
She was quick.
yeah.
She knew what she was doing. I'm just a rookie.
Yeah, right. Have you been doing this?
Yeah. Well, I did it at Lewport.
That's a lot of years ago.
Yes.
Damn near got it.
So that's the process.
The cookie factory went up, well, Molden Road was up past the cookie factory. I can't remember what the name of the road was where the cookie factory was. Sorry, the cookie factory. Okay. It's like one road over from.
Eventually, I want to get a bigger one.
Yeah. Well, when you come back, we'll talk about it. Because that's what Shirley and I got one. I've got probably changed. I got stripes in it, my big screen TV, and it's like, and I just took two over that one same grandson who pushes buttons kicked the bottom of it. My grandson had it sitting like that. We gave it to him to use. He came up and got mad and kicked it, and all of a sudden cracked the screen. So there goes TV that worked. I go, yeah, it figures every time I turn around, it's something new.
I want to hook up our little DVD so we can watch DVD on this new one.
It shows all the schoolhouses, like where they all were. There were a lot. There were 17, and these are all of them. Because kids had to walk to school, so they had to have enough of them, you know, close enough for the kids in certain areas to get to the schools. And this book's kind of interesting because it shows all the schoolhouses, and then there's some pictures of the kids for that particular school. And we've had people come in here and go, oh, that's my grandmother. Where are you from?
We live in Wilson now.
Oh, you do?
But we're new to the area. We just moved here a few years ago.
Did you get up to Forsyth Tavern? They're having a grand opening.
Video here. Good video.
The whole reenactor camp is, if you go across here and you go around that white building and then down the hill a little bit.
Absolutely. For right now, I gotta get as much video up here as possible. My mom would love this. She's an antique fanatic. Wow. In my mother's town, she.
Hold on, I'm gonna turn on.
Oh yeah, we got our hot apple cake, vanilla cake, hot apples and spices, and vanilla ice cream. Vanilla ice cream on top of that.
Looks good.
You get them as they're done with lunch. Perfect spot.
Thank you, ladies, so very much. You have a blessed day. Why, thank you.
So I'm gonna go grab that out of the way. Do I have a place?
place to set up to put. I have a couple of signs for the library too. Will that be in your way, or should I find? No, we'll make room. And if you're worried, there's not stuff gonna go in there. Always like wait until the kids let them ask her when she can figure out where everything is. But there's still like. I mean, I don't know if you want to take things to windows. No, I'm not sure what you're doing. Okay, good to know.
We do that with everything. We're like,
We do that too.
we'd rather than be at home.
I love that. Surprise! Hey kids.
I'm sorry if you're videoing that. I've been trying to deal with this for 2 years, and I found him last night and went.
Don't let me embarrass myself.
I will.
She volunteered to embarrass herself.
Yeah, you volunteered to embarrass yourself.
Come on, I'm
Now I'm secondhand embarrassed.
Good for me.
Do you want to go use the microphone? There's like
I'll use the microphone.
Oh, Gianna, here you go.
See if they still have it. It's not this the Heck Pavilion, it's the next building, and they usually have like a glass wine.
That's
You're so dressed up. It's nice to meet you. Welcome to our country store.
What do you say?
Yes, enjoy. There's samples right back here.
Yeah.
No.
25 cents for a 2-year-old lemon, 50 cents for a melon cup, and then these are
One or a white one?
What
am I doing? Oh, I don't know.
In the top.
I have
Okay, don't put your mouth on it. Open your hand.
take those juices off.
Open your hand up. Hold it up. Both hands.
You'll find it tonight.
Yes.
So if you want to put.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
So you had no battles or skirmishes that took this far north, but you did have training camps here. Lockport had a church, Camp Church was the name of that, where they trained soldiers, and Elmira, New York was a training facility and a prison camp for Confederates. So that's where you would have soldiers congregating and training and leaving New York to go to war from. He was wounded at Gettysburg, and then his leg never got right, so they put him in the VRC, which is Veterans Reserve Corps, and finished his term of service out as a prison guard. Inner quarters, and you can kind of see some of them, but all of these are based on photographic evidence of buildings that the soldiers would have stopped sometime in November. They would go into winter quarters. They would be down in Virginia, most of them, and rather than furlough the men home, they would just build winter quarter camps. And so this is a section of winter quarters, that cabins that soldiers in the Civil War would have assembled together, lived out of until campaigning season started, usually in May again.
Thank you for that.
About 2009, 2010, kind of fell out of the ranks by about 2015, 16, and he just passed this year. And so we're going to raise that flag at noon, and then it'll be lowered and folded and given to his widow.
At noon today?
Today, yeah. At 3 o'clock we're going to lower it. And the flagpole up front.
Well, I'm going to make sure I take some video of that.
Craig Schaefer was his name.
Craig Schaefer.
It's hard when people are moving around. It is. And then sometimes people will stand in front of you and everything else. But
Ask why do we do this? I always talk about right there. That's why.
Don't go
Amen.
back. And I think I might have some.
You're having a good day. Everybody opened up there and all that.
Oh, yeah. You guys there when I did?
Yes, ma'am.
You really did?
Oh, yeah. Oh, this is easy. This is great. Long way to go.
Like this one here, this is just a one-time deal with this picture, or did you make a copy of it?
It depends. When I go home, if I see that this will make a great painting, I can use this as a reference, and I have the photos, and I can go home and then do a nice job with it.
So if I call you on the phone and ask about this one, what would I reference it to?
You can give me your name, and then I'll know. Is that something you want to do?
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I mean, you'll be here all the time.
Right.
A week every month. So, kind of like that.
I'm looking at all the different things.
Did you find it?
Fine, thank you. Thank you.
Before we get into the loading and firing, a couple of things about the weapons used. During the Civil War, they used what's called a rifled musket. Anyone know what rifling means? What does rifling mean, young man?
You shoot something?
No, rifling means that there's grooves in this barrel, spirals all the way through. And what happens is that when the bullet is fired, it's going to cause that bullet to spin, and that's going to allow it to go further and be more of an accurate shot. These weapons are deadly at 500 yards, or excuse me, I should say accurate up to 500 yards, deadly up to 800 yards. One of the reasons why you had such high casualties during the American Civil War is because these weapons, believe it or not, was considered advanced technology. Because these weapons could hit your enemy at a much further distance, the casualty rates were higher due to the fact that they were using what was called Napoleonic tactics or linear tactics, where the men would line up shoulder to shoulder and advance on the enemy. Before the rifled musket, they used what was called smoothbore or round ball. Those were only accurate up to about 100 yards. So the armies would march up to about 100 yards, fire, and then try to advance on the enemy's position with the bayonet. With the rifled musket, they could hit their enemy from a much further distance, and thus you had much higher casualties. To load this weapon takes 9 distinct steps. Each soldier had to master these steps in order to fire about once every 20 seconds. So a soldier was expected to be able to load and fire his weapon accurately 3 times per every minute. Okay? Now we'll go over the loading process. So the men would actually start off in what's called the position of the soldier, and they would be given the command to load. At that command, they're going to bring the rifle in front of them, and they're going to reach back into their cartridge box. Each cartridge box held 40 rounds, 20 on top and then 20 underneath. They would draw one of their rounds, flip the tab, and tear the cartridge with their front teeth. Now when you join the Army, you were seen by a surgeon. One of the things that the surgeon would be looking for is your front teeth. You had to have good front teeth in order to be in the Army. If you didn't have the good front teeth, unfortunately you would have been rejected. After they tear the cartridge, they're going to pour their powder. Now, historically, there would have been a 1-ounce mini ball bullet in the cartridge, and that would have been seated too. As reenactors, obviously, we don't have any bullets. Next, they would draw their ramrod and then ram the bullet home, and then return the ramrod. That's 2 steps right there. Next, they would bring the weapon up into what's called the ready position. They would reach into their front pouch here. It's called a cap pouch. Within is your percussion cap. Okay, this has a little mercury filament in it. When the hammer hits the cap, it shoots a spark down into the breech of the weapon, igniting the black powder and thus shooting the bullet. At this point, they are now ready to fire. Being that we only have 2 men here, it's kind of hard to get an idea of the different ways the fire could be delivered to the enemy. There was 3 most common ways. The first would be called firing by company. This is where the entire company would deliver its fire all at once. It was the best way to deliver the biggest punch to the enemy. The next way would be to fire by ranks. Historically, a company would be lined up 2 ranks deep, a front rank and a rear rank. You could have your rear rank fire first, thus having some of your men loaded in case the enemy advanced upon your position, you were able to defend that. Once the rear rank has fired and begins loading, the front rank would then fire as well. And then finally, it's what's called firing by file, where essentially you would start at the right end of the line, the front and rear rank men would fire, and subsequently down the line, each man would fire. Once that occurs, they would go to what's called independent fire, where they would just load and fire without being commanded. All right, so we are ready to fire now. They would then receive their orders. Ready. Aim. Fire. Load. Now they're going to go ahead and go through that loading process again. If you can imagine, 1 regiment is 1,000 men. Within a brigade, you have upwards of 2,500 to 3,000 men. Okay, so these battle lines were sometimes 1 mile, 2 miles long. Communicating on the battlefield in the midst of battle could have been difficult. The armies would use things like drummers, bugles, and flags to communicate with one another. And that is just a small snapshot of how the men during the Civil War would have fought. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to let me know. We have a cork firing gallery if anyone's interested. We also have a bayonet dummy for kids who would like to come try stabbing the dummy with the bayonet. They're more than welcome.
I don't want them cold because it's the same thing except lighter, real. That is green.
Green's my favorite color too.
I just can't see.
Rip it right over. I went through Fulton here and they bought them online.
Well, honey, you don't have to share. We can get what you got.
Apple brandy mixed with real maple syrup. So that's going to be like $22 off.
And you're going to stay till the end, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be thank you.
Maybe she doesn't like the color. What's your favorite color? I've got little chains and I've got little pendants. Even got like
Deal?
Ooh, you saying hi?
I like your tractor shirt.
I love my tractor.
I thought I had seen them there. I did. But Walmart did. Walmart. It's still about and then up to about 2:30 on the way back.
Hello there.
Good morning. I don't know. I just want to see if it works. I did.
So just want to let you know this is my ride for Roswell, June 22nd. Every dollar donated equals $24 in matching donations. This is my dad who has battled cancer for 10 years. And there he is. It's just part of my family. And my mom is a huge support of my donation journeys.
And if anybody wants right there, and they got the phone number right there. So you're riding?
I am riding 44 miles, yes sir.
All right.
It's the Canada route, which is you actually leave from Roswell and you ride over the Peace Bridge along the Niagara River on the Canadian side and come back on the Rainbow Bridge and end up at UB. Yes sir.
All right.
It'd be a good time.
I'm gonna look forward to reading about this and hopefully take some videos.
Yeah. And okay, and also welcome you come out the day before on June 21st in the evening at UB. They have Celebration of Hope ceremony, which is a great time. It's free and open to the public.
Where's it at?
It's at UB.
UB.
And it usually starts about 5 o'clock and the program starts about 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I don't have a clock, but we have go ahead at noon.
Attention detail. Shoulder. Earth. Forward. Earth. Bicycles right. Earth. Order. Earth. Parade. Rest. Most colors. Attention, detail. Shoulder. Earth. Freeze it. Earth.
Without doubling, right?
Test it.
Delay that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Okay, ready? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible with liberty and justice for all.
Without doubling, right? Right. Forward. Right.
That was the Civil War reenactors. They're down over the hill. If you want to go down there a little while and check them out, they'll answer your questions. And they really put on a good program down there. So go down over the hill and check them out.
We don't know where we're going yet, so we're. You go ahead. Cars just got cars painted, so I told you like to walk.
Pretty fancy time capsule.
We're good.
It's going all the way over to the top. It has to go in. Gotta get it going though while it's being brought there. 50 years, baby, 50 years in the making.
Is that the way we wanted it, right?
You want to come up,
You can stand on that, sir. Go ahead. Where's Bill?
I'm right here.
Okay, Bill, we're taking the,
Get us a few, take a few minutes, get the bolts off, and get the bolts off, we'll do that next. Is Eric Cook with us? Is Eric Cook out there?
Right. I would say it would give you more.
Right. To say we actually had it.
Right, and they would
Hey, Mayor.
Security.
This, of course, was buried over at the Old Town Hall, which is now the court building of the highway across from the elementary school and the bus garage. And
oh boy.
When we got a look at it earlier,
50 years old. Come out.
Yep. Please don't tell me there's a problem.
Oh no, we want you to, you're going to narrate this. So,
okay.
So now we have this open, and who wants to stick their hand in there?
Well, just a little bit more to the story. So it was buried there for 50 years, of course, and when we first got a look at it, it was encased in concrete. They put concrete around it, so we couldn't just lift it out. So they had to chip the concrete off. We think that was probably done so they wouldn't get stolen. And so we got that out and cleaned it up a little. We had to loosen up some of the bolts and so forth that held it down there. And so we
speak a little louder. Speak a little louder.
Okay. All right. So we loosened up some of the bolts, and it looks like it's pretty good set and ready to go. But it looks like it was very well engineered when it was put in, because they say that it was made at one of the shops up at Harrison's. A lot of the folks back in 1974, a lot of the local folks worked in the tool rooms and so forth up at Harrison's, and they crafted it up there. So I think we'll not only be able to use this for future, we might be able to use this for a couple hundred years. Who knows? So before we start pulling things out, I just want to thank Supervisor John Syracuse, the town board members for being so supportive. They were very supportive of this process, and also the entire bicentennial effort. And also John Miller, the highway superintendent, did an enormous amount of work getting this ready for us. So this is good. If somebody knows about the adjustments. Okay. John, do you have any words here?
Well, thank you all again for coming today. This is part 2 of the ceremony, and we're going to be sticking our hands in here and trying to determine what was left here 50 years ago, and I believe it was Larry O'Keefe who put this together. So we really appreciate his hard work, and it lives on today. What a special guy he was. Known the family for years. So Bill, let's get it on there. Let's see what you can pull out of here. And also, who was unable to be here today with us is past supervisor John McAnally. He's a little under the weather today. He was the supervisor that put a number of things into this time capsule. So we're sad that he's not with us today, but he's certainly with us in spirit.
Well, the first thing that we pull out is the town budget for 1975. Do you think that's changed any?
Maybe just a little. Do I have to be held to that budget here? Wow. We had Nancy Neidlinger was a town clerk. November 14th, 1974. Nancy Neidlinger.
Then we also have the refuse and garbage district appropriations, so we have revenue too.
Only $53,000.
Yeah, those are in real good shape.
Several bumper stickers for the Sesquicentennial in 1974. One of the reasons why we chose to open the time capsule today here at the Apple Blossom Festival was in 1974, the committee that organized the Sesquicentennial that buried the time capsule, they eventually went on to form the Town of Newfane Historical Society in 1976. And so it's very well connected to the Historical Society and their activities. There's a lot of stuff in here. A Newfane budget for 1976.
Wow.
A one-page history of the town of Newfane.
That's hard to do. Yeah. We're going to lay all these things out on the tables afterwards so you can come up and then get a view and take a look at them. Here's something with John McAnally's signature on it.
It's a check.
There's a copy. There's a copy of the original the state legislature when they enacted and made the town of Newfane in 1824 was authorized by the New York State Legislature. There's a copy of that enactment here.
Ron Perry's name on this document.
We've also got a document here of the 150th anniversary of the Grand Erie Canal.
Ron Perry put some things in here.
Then we got a proposal for the town of Newfane that was put in here by Ron Perry, our former legislator. And this was the proposal for the sesquicentennial celebration. They actually hired a consultant or a contractor to help them organize the sesquicentennial event, and also the play that they did at the school.
Yay, the play! It was awesome! Yeah.
As many of you may know, the town of Lockport is also celebrating their bicentennial this year, and we have here a bicentennial showcase from Lockport, New York, 1776-1976. We're looking now at some more ledgers, very detailed ledgers, the smallest print you've ever seen.
Looks like bowling scores. I don't know.
Bowling scores.
Looks like from the State Assembly, 138th Assembly District.
This could be
voting.
Yeah, the voting when
Voting results.
when the town was formed.
Oh, what's that? Good luck getting that out.
That'll take some doing. Figure that out. A lot of the stuff is a little bit damp. It's in good condition, but a little bit damp.
Is it a school book? Yeah, it's a school book.
We got a school book here about the people make a nation. Looks like a social studies school book. And there's some names in here. Remember how they used to put your name in there? Yeah. There's Cheryl Foz. This is 1972, 1973. And Sue Farley and Mike Duffy used this book when they were in school, the social studies book.
Yeah, there's quite a fine to get that back to the library. Better put that back.
We have the comprehensive calendar of bicentennial events for Niagara County. Niagara County has its bicentennial in 2008, and there's a big, huge book about that here.
Oh, Bios. That's from Bios.
Nice personal letter from
John Byron.
John Byron.
Yeah, we got a
record.
What's the record?
Bicentennial birthday hymn.
Yeah, we got a call from the BIOS the other day because they knew some of their personal things were in here. So we'll have to make sure that they see it.
You know, I remember at a Lions Club we held up one of these things and we asked the kids what this was. We had an Elvis impersonator come one time, and somebody held up this, and we asked all the kids, "What is this?" Nobody knew what it was. Nobody. But this was in John's collection here from Chicago, 25 or 6 to 4. We remember. Maybe we'll put that on today. No.
There's a poster here for a musical that was held at the Grace Baptist Church by the Grace Baptist Choir in Newfane Junior High School in 1976. I Love America, the musical. 1974 yearbook, Newfane yearbook, 1974.
Any grads from 74 here?
There you go.
All right.
Doesn't have a name identified with it, but some art park memorabilia.
Oh, there's a picture.
Ah, Eddie Masick family.
The Ed Masick family. Yeah. A picture of them in their car on their visit to the Canadian National Exhibition in Toronto, Canada in 1976. Kim, Carolyn, Judy, Stephen, Edward, and Dolores.
School.
Yeah.
There are signed documents here from 1976 with people's signatures on them from the school, and they are students who in 1976 were in grades kindergarten through 4th grade, and another set of those in 74 that were in grades 5 and 76. They were in grades 5 and 6, and their signatures are put in here.
It's like voter registration.
Oh, there's the 76.
The voter registration manual.
This says
Voting that took place in 1974.
That's my mother. Oh, really? I had her in fourth grade.
We have a envelope, a sealed envelope here. It says return to Mark Roger Geis, Main Street, Newfame. Mark, his parents were Richard and Shirley Geis. And it's well sealed with tape and still intact. So we'll make sure Mark sees and the family see that. There's a 1976 Newfane yearbook.
This here's John McAnally's to the children.
I see it on my phone.
And then John McAnally, who was supervisor during the sesquicentennial when the time capsule was buried, put a letter in here that's also sealed and says to the children of Mr. and Mrs. John McAnally, Angela, Bonnie, Andrew, Joan, and Marie.
Here's another letter from John.
Another from John McAnally to his children, Angela, Bonnie, and Andrew.
And that one goes to the town supervisor.
And a sealed letter here to the supervisor or chief financial officer of the town of Newfane. We'll give that to you, John?
Yeah. We'll open that. We'll talk about that later.
The chief. To the children of any of Beth Talladay Banks and Philip Banks.
Well, they're here.
To the children, James, David, and Robert Talladay. And to the children, if there be any of them, Beth Talladay Banks and Philip Banks. And the seal is broken. Another envelope from the family of Richard and Shirley Geis to their children, Stephen, Donald, Scott, Daniel, Mark, and Matthew.
Here, with this one.
This is a big one.
Decorations?
Decorations.
John Cathcart?
They're in an envelope to John Cathcart, Main Street in Newfane, from George Archer of Maple Street in Medway, Massachusetts, to John Cathcart of Newfane.
We'll take it.
More signatures of the kindergarten through 4th grade class in 1976. To the Newfane Guys and Gals 4-H Club from the Newfane Guys and Gals of 1976. Do we still have anything that resembles a 4-H club?
Oh, yeah.
So that's for them. A note left for them in 1976. A newspaper insert about the Niagara County Farm and Home Days in 1976, the maps and schedules and activities of the 1976 Farm and Home Days.
I don't know what that is.
We got some kind of medication here.
That's for the supervisor as well.
Some information, a correspondence from the American Revolution Bicentennial Commission. Many of you are familiar with the Town of Newfane Sesquicentennial Program Book. A few of these still around, a lot of families have them. Correspondence from the White House. Who was president in 1974?
I am not a crook. Is that Nixon?
Is that Nixon, somebody says?
I think Nixon was gone by then.
Nixon or Ford?
Ford, maybe Gerald Ford. Let's see.
But who knows when that went in?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's fine to wait here.
Well, in here, this was addressed to Ron Perry, who was one of the chairs of the 74 Sesquicentennial. This is from the governor to Ron Perry, recognizing and acknowledging the Town of Newfane for their work for the 1974 Sesquicentennial. Another one from the United States Senator, James Buckley.
Damn it.
There's another what's in there.
No, that was
Copies of the minutes of the Town of Newfane Bicentennial Committee.
We got a speed generation. John, juke it over.
A program
You guys get in there.
for the PGA, or is it the PCA? Program Corporation of America. Those are the people who helped organize the play.
Mom already took it and just tore it.
Please deliver to Judson Henry Heck III. Judson Henry Heck III. As many of you know, Judson Heck, their grandfather and great-grandfather, was one of the original organizers of the Sesquicentennial and the Newfane Historical Society. The pavilion here is named the Heck Pavilion in his honor. We got good tidings from Genesee County. Some information about the Niagara Power Vista. Information about Fort Niagara. Information about the Lockport Canal Sesquicentennial. And also we have an autobiography here of Delia Wiesner Merritt. Now, some of you may have seen this in some of the historical collections. It's available online. And but the Wiesners were some of the first people to settle here in Newfane out on East Lake Road. They're in the vicinity of where the Bible Conference grounds or the RV park is now. And it was originally some of the Wiesner property, and there's a Wiesner cemetery that's still maintained there. Later on it was some of the Chapman and Bush properties. But it's a good read, I've seen it. Also, a lot of folks ask me about where you can get a history of the Town of Newfane. One of the best is on the Town of Newfane Historical Society website. There's a rather extensive and comprehensive history of the Town of Newfane on the Town of Newfane Historical website. And Vicki Banks is largely responsible for keeping that updated and current. So thank you. Information from the Niagara Falls Convention Center, information from the Fatima Shrine, Niagara County Tourism, Niagara Falls Tourism, the Aquarium of Niagara Falls, letterheads from the post office. Well, that's the Town of Newfane Bicentennial Committee letterhead in their postal box. We have the Bicentennial Times, which apparently is a national publication promoting people's bicentennial events and activities. We have a thing here about Niagara County cemeteries, a summary of Niagara County cemeteries. An automotive magazine, a report on the American steel industry from the era. A letter here, the signatures of the people who were members of the Bicentennial Committee. I think we saw that for Matthew Richard Geis. A 1975 edition of the Lockport Union Sun and Journal that shows when the Ide Road Bridge collapsed. They were rebuilding the Ide Road Bridge here, and it collapsed when they were under construction. Information about that. A Lockport Union Sun and Journal insert for the Canal Bicentennial, 150 years of progress for the canal. A lot of pictures, a lot of information. And inside that is more pictures. A report from Congressman John LaFalce. A well wishes from Rollin T. Grant, who was mayor of Lockport back then. And the Raleigh and T. Grant, the Wilderness Park in Lockport, where the 18-Mile Creek comes out of Lockport, is named after him, and there's a description of that. A 1975 newsletter for the town of Newfane. A report from the supervisor talking about the spirit of '76, the nuclear power being developed in Somerset, the teen tunnel that was on Main Street in Newfane, the Alcott Youth Center on the main corner in Alcott, a report on the senior citizens, a report on the Lake Ontario waterway. There was all kinds of proposals back then for lakeshore development, and a report on the Hojack Ontario Railroad. On the pages and papers in this envelope, attended the Newfane Bicentennial Ball, held at the Miller Hose Fire Company on Saturday, October 1976. Operation Sail, the town of Newfane Bicentennial Ball poster. A calendar of events for bicentennials in New York State. A special information about oil and oil well drilling. Folks of the Mill District, something from the Niagara County Historical Society, written by Elizabeth Steimer. I believe she was the wife of the former Royalton supervisor, George Steimer. We're in that family. And there's writing in here about the Mill District and old mills that occurred. The book about Sir William Johnson and the Indians of New York State. An Old Farmer's Almanac. Old Farmer's Almanac in the 70s. We have a envelope here that is sealed. It says, "To the Town Hall," from Mrs. Nancy Nylinger. Probably another one for Donna to check out. An article here from Alistair Cook. He was a national historian and writer that appeared in the National Observer in 1974. Says, "Orgies of the self-righteousness have no place." So that must be an interesting read. The Spectrum from, it's the University of Buffalo magazine. Article in there about Timothy Leary. We're getting down deep here now. The Niagara Historic Trail. More Union Sun and Journal newspapers. More Lockport Union Sun and Journal newspapers. 2 Newfane school trustees sworn in. Supreme Court Justice Frank Cronenberg swore in. Mary E. Carosella and Robert Robertson. Mary Carosella and Robert Robertson were sworn in for the school board. Newfane hearing, State Supreme Court, Newfane Board of Education, Dr. Robert McGinley, School Superintendent, some kind of a court order about prohibiting or running meetings. The retailer was quite a popular magazine in our day. We have another letter here, a sealed letter. The letter is from Nancy Halstead Hasley, and it's to Vivian Ann Doris Hasley. To Vivian Ann Doris Hasley, sister of Dale and Philip Hasley. From Nancy Halstead Hasley.
1974 Chevy Corvette, $6,300.
Yeah, we got the thing here in 1974, you can buy a Chevy Corvette. Convertible for $6,397. Yeah. A Highway Newfane seal for the truck. A turkey hunting permit. Hunting information. Here's some correspondence from Judson Heck sent to Sue McKnight. Sue McKnight, Maple Avenue, Newfane. It's addressed to. Calendars, we got calendars. One calendar is from the Newfane United Methodist Church in conjunction with the Ken Sherry Funeral Home. Another calendar here from Straight Welding Supply. Straight Welding Supply. A book about rediscovering German cookery. Rediscovering German cookery. One of the things I found since I've been working on local history, you know, my family was Irish and English, but the largest, most significant ethnic group in Western New York is German. In fact, both my Irish and English ancestors both married Germans. A sealed envelope to the ladies of the Newfane Home Arts. To the ladies of the Newfane Home Arts from the Home Arts Guild of 1976. An envelope for the Newfane Historical Society. Somebody's winning ticket here. Shirley Geis. Shirley Geis has a winning ticket here. An identification card for Kay McKnight. Kay McKnight, Maple Avenue, Newfane. An ID card. An envelope from Russell Farms on Hess Road. Russell Farms. Not addressed to anybody, but there's probably some information they're sharing there. We have something here that says fragile glass. I guess we need to. How are we doing? Okay, I think we're near the end here. Another envelope from the town clerk with ties, buttons, and memorabilia used during the Sesquicentennial. Anybody here from Russell Farms? Pete, Max? A Standard & Poor's stock guide. A button for Carter Mondale. Elect Carter Mondale. Wedding announcements for Douglas Robert Nagel and Barbara Richards. I'm not sure all these people are from Newfane, some of them are. Another newspaper insert for the Farm and Home Days. Activities at the Farm and Home Days. Memories of the Newfane Grange. Memories taken by John Hervel. John Hervel, of course, they lived in a house across the street here, and they donated much of this property here to the Historical Society where we are now. And the program for 1976. And this is where they're identifying items for the Time Capsule. All items to be put in the Time Capsule must be submitted by 11 a.m. on October 23rd. This is in 76, so what we're going to do is we're going to hang on to this Time Capsule, get it cleaned up, and we'll be at the Apple Harvest Festival here in September. I think it's the third Sunday of September. 22nd. Yeah, the 22nd. We're going to rebury the Time Capsule. So if you have things that you want to see put in the Time Capsule, if you have ideas or recommendations about the next Time Capsule, you can leave them off at Town Hall, leave them off with somebody from the Historical Society. We'll probably set something up online, number or address that you can contact. So there'll be lots of opportunities if you want to participate in the Time Capsule to be buried for the future. So I think we got it all. There was more in there than I thought. I had seen a partial list before of what was in there, but there's a lot more in there than what I'd seen on that list. Right.
Well, again, that kind of concludes the opening of the Time Capsule. We want to thank all of you who've kept an eye on us while we've opened it, and some cherished memories as well from some of the families and some of the notes that have been written along and passed on to the family members. So, as Bill said, we're looking to put things into this Time Capsule throughout the year and looking to cap it up and bury it sometime at the Harvest Festival. And so enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you for being here and being part of this bicentennial celebration. Come on and take a look. We'll have some of this stuff on display, and take a look at it and just enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you very much. Don't hit that. That's the squelch.
That's the squelch one. Well, John, I'm just... Looks like glass. Good. Yeah.
This is all going to be on display at the town hall for a number of months, right?
Yes.
So people can come in and see it? Okay.
The Fireman's Convention.
Oh, was it? I remember that convention. It was in Rice Corners.
Thank you.
Were you guys out of what you
Right there.
Sure.
Yeah, we put on our chance.
Some of them we didn't know.
Oh.
I hate you.
Yeah, I might have been stopped
Bill.
Oh wow!
Slides, probably slides.
We can't develop these anymore. How are we gonna do this?
No, they're probably slides.
Oh.
That are already developed.
Yeah, you could leave something.
As soon as I'm done videoing this, whatever this made.
There's slides.
Hey, oh, look at that.
Where's our boy leader? He could take these things and
He's over there.
It was nice meeting you.
Very nice meeting you. Thank you, Melissa.
Oh, they're marked. There's some names on it.
Pictures of this and the last
Cass.
one. And
Yeah.
put it in the next.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah. Very
You
good.
can see Cass from the music from the play. Leader can take care of these.
You can take care of them.
Oh yeah.
Well, it happened after PTA was gonna meet that very afternoon. And it was dress surprise when Mrs. Johnson wore her miniskirt to the room. And as she walked up to the blackboard, I can still recall the words she had to say. She said, I'd like to address this meeting of the Harper Valley PTA. Well, there's Bobby Taylor sitting there, and 7 times he's asked me for a date. And Mrs. Taylor sure seems to use a lot of ice whenever he's away. And Mr. Baker, can you tell us why your secretary had to leave this town? And shouldn't Widow Jones be told to keep her window shades up or completely down? Well, Mr. Harper couldn't be here cause he stayed too long at Kelly's bar again. And if you smell Shirley Thompson's breath, you'll find she's had a little nip of gin. And then you had the nerve to tell me you think that as a mother I'm not fit. Well, this is just a little Peyton place and you're a Harper Valley hypocrite. No, I wouldn't put you on because it really did. It happened just this way. The day my mama talking to the Harper Valley PTA. Yeah, my mama talking to the Harper Valley PTA. Thank you. Thank you so much. Frankie! We're gonna do a little country roads. We're gonna do one more tune, then we're just gonna take a few minute break. Once again, we have CDs available, and if you wanna come up and find out any more information about the pies or the band, come right up. Any guys?
All the money.
break and we're going to come back till 3:30. Was born on April 14th, 1932 in Butcher Holler, Kentucky, in a small cabin in a little tiny Appalachian coal mining town. And her talent landed her a contract with Zero Records for her #1 hit song, Honky Tonk Girl. I'm going to sing Coal Miner's Daughter. It's a tribute to her life and her family. Well, I was born in coal miner's daughter, in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler. We were poor, but we had love. That's the one thing my daddy made sure of. He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar. My daddy worked all night in the Van Leer coal mines, and all day long in the field mowing corn. Mommy rocked the babies at night, read the Bible by the coal light, and everything would start all over come the break of the morn. Daddy loved and raised 8 kids on a miner's pay. Mommy scrubbed our clothes on a washboard every day. Well, I've seen her fingers bleed. To complain, there was no need. She'd smile in Mommy's understanding way. In the summertime, we didn't have shoes to wear, but in the wintertime, we'd all get a brand new pair. From a mail order catalog, money made from selling a hog, Daddy always managed to get the money somewhere. Yeah, I'm proud to be a coal miner's daughter. I remember well the well where I drew water. The work we done was hard, and night we'd sleep cause we were tired. I never thought of ever leaving Butcher Holler. Well, a lot of things have changed since way back then. It's so good to be back home again. Not much left but the floors, nothing lives here anymore, except the memories of a coal miner's daughter. Yeah, not much left but the floor, nothing lives here anymore, except the memories of a coal miner's daughter. Thank you so much. We're just going to take a few minute break. Don't forget, come up and get a CD if you want. It's only $10.
Football, right? March. Order. March. Hurry. Right. Fellas. Shoulder, up. Without doubling. Left, face. Forward, march. High cross, left, march.
Nancy. Yeah.
Order, up. Hooray, red.
Well, that's when I was just a kid. Now that I am grown, all I have are memories that old Appy Jack is gone. Oh, but he left me with his banjo, and it always takes me back. And every time I play it, I can still hear Appy Jack. Please don't go away, Appy Jack. Appy Jack, play a song for me.
Shoulder, up. Present, up. Shoulder, up. Without doubling, left, face.
For $50, and that's what our family band did in 9 days.
Forward.
Some of my band players work right now, and my bass player's gonna have a baby anyway, so a couple of us missing. We got a weekend, but we're traveling all the way down the East Coast, bringing the keys in time. At one point, we were trying to come here. I was a rocker.
About to say. How'd you get the flag back then? You grab it from them?
I just wanted to put it in this because they had no place to put it up there.
Gotcha.
So, and then I'm going to take the one picture of them.
Yeah, the golden light.
Don't you be just bring her some beer, maybe some chocolate with her good day. You stand there proudly without any shame. We love you dearly, just wanted to say we love you dearly, just wanted to say. Thank you, and that song was for my grandmother. God rest her soul. What's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's name? 30 some odd years ago, an old man came to Memphis, asking about a rose that used to blossom in his world. People never took the time to mind the young man's questions, till one day they heard him ask a little green-eyed girl, what's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's name? Does she ever talk about a place by New Orleans? Has she ever mentioned a man named Buford Wilson? What's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's name? 20 some odd years ago, a junker down in Memphis lost a month of life and labor to the county jail, just because he asked a little green-eyed girl a question, promised her a nickel's worth of candy if she did. Here it's some odd days ago, an old man died in Memphis, just another wayward soul the county has a claim. Inside the old man's ragged coat they found a faded letter, said you have a daughter and her eyes are Wilson green. What's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's name? Does she ever talk about a place called New Orleans? Has she ever mentioned a man named Buford Wilson? What's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's name? What's your mama's name, child? What's your mama's name?
Bring him up there.
Come on. Come on.
Come on.
Back home.
take my sunshine away. I'll always love you and make you happy if you will only stay the same. But if you leave me to love another, you'll regret it all someday. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Told me once, dear, you really love me, that no one else could come between. But now you left me to love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I was standing by my window on one cold and cloudy day when I saw that hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. We went back home. My home was lonesome as my mother, she was gone. All my brothers, sister crying for a home so sad and alone. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Some glad morning when this life is over, I'll fly away in the morning. When I die, hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Just a few more weary days and then I'll fly away to a home where joy shall never end. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I wandered so aimless, life it be a faded rose from days gone by? And did I hear you say he was meeting you here today? Take you to that mansion in the sky. seasons of my youth. I recall a box of rags that someone gave us, and how my mama put those rags